Knowing where you are and to be able to describe that position is a key part of navigation, and it's something we do in everyday life, like phoning home. Hi, I'm on the road from town, I'm 3 kilometers from home. So I've described the direction I'm traveling and the distance, and we use that at sea. The other way we do it is we describe our position on the globe, and we do that by a set of numbers, 2 sets of numbers. One are called latitude, the other is longitude. So let's have a look at the globe. So the globe, as you can see, is around, it's a sphere, and you can see we have Ireland here. So we take a convention that 0 is the equator, this line here, and up at the pole we say it's 90 degrees north, and likewise down to the south pole 90 degrees south. So these lines across, and you can look at them here, they're parallel. Look at them. So these lines are lines of latitude, they go across. And the way you say it is like latitude, you move your mouth across, latitude. So 0 at the equator and 90 at the poles. And if we look at Ireland, we're just a bit more than halfway up. So halfway up is about France, which is 45, and Ireland is between 51.5 and 55.5 north of the equator. If we forget the north bit, we could be in New Zealand. So it's 51.5 and 55.5 north is where Ireland is. And then we have another set of figures to describe where we are vertically. That's a line of longitude. It goes long ways up and down. And when you speak it, your mouth opens up in a long way, longitude. So we describe longitude as the second set of numbers. Now, where we are, where the 0 longitude is purely arbitrary, and it was set politically. So when this was defined, and it was only defined internationally and agreed internationally in 1883, except for the French, who took until 1911 to agree it, is that the line, the prime meridian, or 0 longitude, is in London, or more specifically at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. So that's the 0 line of longitude going down through West Africa. And we're west of Greenwich, and say Russia is east of Greenwich. So we describe our position as a certain amount of degrees west of Greenwich. And Ireland is roughly between 6 degrees and 10 degrees west of Greenwich. So if I was to define, say, an arbitrary position in the middle of the Pacific, actually, and you can see I have 30 degrees and 45 degrees. So that position there is actually on the international date line. So it's 45 degrees north, 180 degrees west, the same as 180 degrees east. We'll come back to Ireland. We're in the Western Hemisphere. So we are west of London. And where I'm standing now, it's about 6.5 degrees west. So I describe the full position as 52.5 degrees north, 66.5 degrees west. And that's latitude and longitude. Do we use a globe to navigate? Well, it's not very practical on a boat. It's a bit roundy, and also the scale is far too small, covering an area too large. So how do we plot our position on the globe onto a chart? Well, as you can see, if I just lay the chart down flat, that doesn't work terribly well. I just get a crumpled bit of paper. So we have the challenge of illustrating or describing a roundy globe on a flat bit of paper. And that's where this guy comes in, Joralus Mercator. In 1569, he published his world map. It was about 2 meters wide by 1.25 meters tall in 18 sheets of paper. Something like this. But did he crumple the piece of paper? No, he used a system that is since known as Mercator's Projection. So let's have a closer look. What Mercator did is he put a light in the centre of one of his globes and wrapped a cylinder of paper around it and projected onto the cylinder of paper. And that is now known as Mercator's Projection. And when that cylinder is flattened out, that gives us the familiar chart or map that we deal with today. And this is used for most navigation.